Hello everyone, this is the lovely Mayola. Welcome back to my channel that is all about empowering the universe, giving men and women their own power back. With this amazing, profound, compelling information, it will inform, reform, transform, and help all transcend to their highest, greatest versions of themselves, revealing the depths of truth from a logical, analytical, scientific, psychological level, many levels of perspective, giving everybody a truth from different angles, helping everyone reform their subconscious mind, binding the nations, reforming the vibe between men and women, giving a mutual understanding between the two where there's a lack of understanding deeply in the roots of women and men. This channel is just revealing the truth, facts, logic, giving it as it is, no sugarcoat, straightforward bluntness. This channel is just honesty. It's what we lack in this universe. It's what we need, and it's what I'm giving you. Also, it's a very therapeutic channel. It'll have some paint sessions, a lot of different things that I'll be doing on this channel that will help inspire and encourage and give you power to do more and become greater within yourself, being more in tune and connected with you, but also the universe and your significant other. So this channel is about power and bringing power to the people and bringing back oneness in the world. Peace and prosperity be unto all who's listening or watching. It's your girl, Shay Mala, right? And I'm back with another video. Today we're going to take it from the nature, baby. We're going to give you some good vibes. And you hear that annoying dog in the background, but it's okay. You know how you can overcome any situation in life? It's always remembering, no matter what, it's some things in life that we cannot control, right? You got the weather, the seasons, the directions, things that are already set in place. You can't change those things, right? You can't change other people's behavior. You can't change how people treat you, right? But you can change your actions. You can't change who you are. You can't change what you decide. At the end of the day, no matter what you go through, no matter what you have to choose from, remember that you always have a decision that requires you to choose to make that choice. So no matter what you're going through, no matter what you have to select in your life or choose based on the decisions that you have to choose from, at the end of the day, we're all adults. We all make decisions for ourselves. And if someone is not making a decision for themselves, they're either a child, an elderly that can't take care of themselves, or someone who just doesn't know how to think for themselves at all. At the end of the day, we all have the mind, okay? We have the mind to think for ourselves and make wise decisions to make a difference in this world, but make a difference in our lives. We can't let or allow people to dictate or control our lives. It's okay to make friendly suggestions and maybe consider what people are saying. At the end of the day, no one has to experience the choices and decisions that you choose but you. So when considering somebody else's wise opinion or constructive criticism or whatever the case may be, make sure you keep in mind that it is still your life, that you have to live with that choice. They don't have to live with it. They don't have to experience. They may just be making a suggestion that they never actually ever done. Some people don't never actually experience the things they speak of, and Some people do. The difference between some people and some people actually experience it. Some people actually learned it. Some people learn without having to experience the suffering of the pain from which they seen. Some people learn to learn without having to experience, right? Because you can actually watch people and see what they go through. And I'm like, I'm never want to go experience that, right? Right. A lot of people say that. But it's a lot of things that we have to experience in life so that we can get to know who we are. We can get to know who nature is. We have to go out in the woods sometimes, or go out in nature. Run into some sort of vine that we never knew about. Learn about it. Maybe get poison ivy one day, because you never knew what poison ivy looked like or what it was. But you have to experience things in order to know. You have to experience to know. Experience to learn. Experience to grow. Because that's what life is all about, right? It starts from a seed and you grow from the root, but it's all about the experience. Growing from a seed, rooting in the ground and sprouting above the surface, becoming more abundant in your youth, in your growth, in your life, in your adulthood, making better decisions with your wisdom. Because come wisdom came experience, right? You experience a lot of stuff that you're reflecting on right now from your past or your youth, that you're taking on in life right now, that you can reflect, use that as a daily map to get to point A and point B to your next direction. Everything we've been through is helping us. Can't you consider that everything has its own significance? Everything in life has its reasons. Every person you met them for a reason, a greater purpose to help somebody else, right? We're all here to make a difference, right? And the way we all make differences are different than each other. We may all have the same gifts. We may all have the same talents, but the way we go about doing them, the way we go about spreading them, some people go about it spreading them in a different way than each other. Some people do it in a positive way. Some people do it in a negative way. Some people don't care how they do it. They do it in whatever way it makes them money. Some people don't do it for the money. Some people do it for the nonprofit. We're all different. We all out here doing different things for different reasons. So always remember that no one is like you. The world is different, and it's definitely the age of Aquarius. A lot of things are more accepted in this generation. A lot of things that I'll say shouldn't be accepted in this generation, but it's a lot of things accepted that I just don't necessarily agree with. But that's to my own opinion, right? Because I'm wise enough to know that there's a lot of things that, even though it's accepted, it's not always right, you know. Even though it's a law, it might not always be right. Even though it's said to be right, it might not always be right. And when you get old enough, you're wise enough to make decisions, to know that sometimes what they say is right ain't necessarily right. And ain't is not a word. So, mind my words. Ain't is not a word. So, what they say is right is not always right, right? Because sometimes what is said right is naturally wrong. And sometimes what is said wrong is naturally right. So it's just a lot of confusion out here. And if you're not spreading some truth and knowledge and peace and love and prosperity, you're not sharing something valuable in this world, you're going to get lost up in the mess, in the confusion of information. Because this is the age of Aquarius, where it's information. Things are more accessible, right? Easy to get to, easy to obtain, but you don't have to look for anything really, because all you gotta do is type it in. Brief, subtle. All you gotta do is get the brief information about a little topic, and it's right there. You get the gist of it, but you don't have to do no work. That's the problem with not having to do no work for things, is sometimes the things that you don't have to do no work for isn't all that it seems, isn't all that it is, isn't really about what you think. It's not about what you think. It's not as good as it looks. The grass is not greener on the other side. Hey, look how far that grass is. It's pretty green, but it's patchy over there. Got a little brown in the back. The trees look more greener than the grass. You know, it's all a matter of perspective, right? The way we perceive things. Like, I looked at food the other day. The way that food looked, it didn't look too good, but when I ate it, my mouth said a different thing. See, we have different perceptions, right? The way we see things may not be edified for our minds, but the way our mouth may view or taste or break things down and feel, it might be good. So what things may look like may not feel the same once you obtain it, the energy through food or water or those different forms of how you take on energy, right? Things are not always as they seem, and if you don't have the mind to see beyond what people show you, right? Take the time to do the necessary works, to do the research that is necessary, that you don't get caught up in information that is false, lies, said to be right, standards and expectations of this generation, and culturalization, right? Because what is said to be right isn't necessarily right, and what is said to be wrong isn't always wrong. Now, hate to mess your mind up with that, but it's true. It's a part of life, and we live in a generation that is totally on another scale, right? They're doing totally different things than people before us were doing, right? That's because back then, people didn't have what we have now. We are so advanced. When I say we're so advanced in the technology age in this world. We're out of this world with technology. But you know what the problem is with that? We're so advanced with technology, but we're not advanced with our people minds, and their awareness, and their knowledgeability, their accountability, their responsibility levels, like things that are important, value, morals, principles, things that matter, right? Things that matter. Things like caring for nature and things in the environment and giving back to the universe. Things that really matter, like actually the things that we can't change. Those things matter more than the things we can change. Because any old Joe can get up and do something that we can change, right? Any old body can get up and go change something that we can change. The things that bother me most are the things I can't change, right? Because those things going to keep me up at night. You know, I got to let it go that I can't change those things. And that kind of bothers me. It's a will and a way for everything. And it's all about persistence and consistency and undeniable belief. I believe that something greater is going to happen in this universe, but it shouldn't take us losing or going to calamity or going to great wars for great things to happen for us. We should decide now on what we want to be as a people and come together early on before things get out of hand. We should come together and want to love each other and come to an understanding that though we may not always think or believe the same, we got some things in commonality. We got some commonalities that are the same. And even in commonality, there's some differences. Like, I'm a humanitarian. There may be a humanitarian beside me, but the way that humanitarian works up, that they're wired up, the way that they do things, may not be my way of doing things. And it's good that we have people that are different. It's great to be different. Why would you want to be like every little Joe on the street? I'm just saying that in this world, you got to be acknowledgeable. You got to want to learn. You got to want to apply yourself. You got to be something greater than what this world is presenting, because what this world is presenting is total BS. Not the BS word, like, you know, but it's messing up your belief system. BS is belief system, right? I came up with that. Belief system, your belief, it's messing up the way you think. Messing up you thinking for yourself. People are so caught up on social media, can't put their phones down, can't focus on their environments, getting snatched up, right? Getting lost in the chaos of information, getting lost in the negativity because they're not focused on the real information. They're not really focused on what's really happening because they're so concerned about the bad and the gossip and what's going on. They like the mess, right? I tell you what, misery doesn't like company. Because if it did, right, A lot of people in this world wouldn't be killing themselves. It's a certain kind of misery that loves company. A certain kind of people that love company. People who like to gossip, people who like negativity, people who like to put you down, right? People who are cyber bullies, people who are not happy with themselves, that like to put people down. People like that love misery, right? But people who don't care for that stuff end up dying alone, end up taking their lives. And there's not a lot of people out here putting out valuable content. It's not a lot of people out here taking the time to actually talk to people and make them feel safe enough to open up, right? There's not a lot of people out here care. So if you're somebody who care, I hate to put it on you, but it's time we step up. We gotta step up. We got to step up. It's a slim chance out here. I believe in infinite possibilities because I am the vessel of God. I am the very essence of God, and I am love, right? So I believe there is infinite possibilities in this universe, and that we can do more than what we've done with our lives. So when we decide to change and make a better decision with being who we are and stepping out and making greater decisions, right? Because it all starts with you. You got to start with you. It's all about you making a greater choice, making better decisions, making wiser decisions. If you're a wise fool, because only the wise can be fools, right? But a fool can never be wise. Only the wise can be fools. If you're a wise person who's a fool, right? You got all this wisdom and knowledge that you don't apply or use, still making foolish decisions. You need to be mindful. You are held accountable for the wisdom that you have, and it is your obligation that you give back to the people what is given unto you. And that is me walking in my authority, me saying that it's time to take your place as God's people. That you step up and use the very gift that God has given you to help another person. No more walking in lies and confusion. It is time that we step up as a people, and if you don't step up, you are held accountable. We are all here for a reason. If we have life, it is truly a blessing. But not only that, it is a privilege to be alive and an honor to speak with knowledge and wisdom and power, and knowing that you are the very essence of God. So when you speak life, because you got power in your tongue. And always know that no matter what, you can get through anything. Make sure you make a difference in somebody's life. Don't waste your time indulging in negativity. Don't dwell on the past. Use the past as a reflection of what you can decide better for today and tomorrow. But never dwell over the things that you cannot change, because if you never experienced the things you went through in the past, you would not be the person you are today. So it's time to step up. Step out and be great. Peace and prosperity. Have a tremendous day. We're going to have a prosperous and abundant year. And if you're following this channel, we're almost at 500 subscribers. You guys, if you love this channel, always comment down in the comments. Communicate. Vibe with me, you guys. I love you guys. I love anybody who supports this channel. You guys are amazing, beautiful people with amazing gifts and talents. You guys keep being inspired. Never give up on your dreams, because giving up on your dreams is like giving up on yourself. And that's like giving up on God, right? Because he gave you the gifts that you have. So step up, have courage to walk in your purpose, because we live for purpose, not for meaningless values, right? Let's step up and be great. Be the greatest person you decide to be. Not that people say that they are great. Never live up to anybody else's expectations. Live up to your own. Peace, love, and happiness.